The sun goes down and the moon cries out its love for you. The world confides in the love that hides between the two. And I know I'm not afraid to call this home, and I know that you aren't too. And you fall down in the light, in the blinding light, and your crown win the fight, win the fight.
I think I experienced God's love through this community, like in just really crazy ways. Just people that like really love me for who I am and were there for me. In just really tough times this semester, just through a lot of experiences, family things, and I've just really experienced God through people that have really been there for me, and have just really loved me where I'm at, and have just listened to me and given me advice, and just really pointed me towards Christ in those really hard times.
People have treated me in such a way that kind of goes against natural human, I guess, desires, because we're kind of inherently not programmed to like serve other people, and we're kind of selfish, but like when people actively reject that natural feeling and step out of their way to help me or help other people, it's just the most incredible feeling. And when I think about that, I definitely think about God.
I would say that I've experienced God's love in friendship with this community and in other communities. I think back home in Austin, I've been a part of communities, but nothing like Focus. The intentionality that people have, and I guess the consideration and being intentional really is the main difference that I've noticed. But I think God has worked through the friendships and the people that I've met through Focus, and been able to show me like how much He cares for me and how much He loves me this year.
I think one really neat thing I think the staff has been really good at this year is really creating a feeling of family within this community, and I think that really shows God's love. And on top of that, just like things I've gone through and stuff, there's never been a time where I've been able to text one of the staff members and asked for guidance or help with them not being like, let's meet up right away, or what's your free time tomorrow. I don't know, and I just think that that's a pretty rare thing, to have people really genuinely care and want to work through really difficult things and things that you struggle with, and to love you through that. And I think that they've just done a really awesome job of like loving us, all the students here, and really showing God's love to us through their actions.
I think it's definitely taught me a lot through FOJ, and I've definitely had more of a passion to read the Bible more and to learn what scriptures say.
God has been teaching me through this community just that like to be a disciple, you don't have to know everything. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned. And that you can just really minister through people like through friendship, and just loving them, and not always knowing all the answers to things. I think that's something that I was like really insecure about, is just feeling like, oh, I need to know everything to be able to really show people who Jesus is. And I think that's something I've really learned through this community, is that's not true at all, and that you can really show people who Jesus is through friendship and loving them and being there for them.
I have a tendency sometimes to think that I can work through things, difficult things in my life on my own. But I think this year, this community's done a really good job of constantly directing me back towards God and understanding that I can't do these things on my own, and I can't walk through difficult situations in life on my own, but I have to really rely on the strength of God and then the strength of His people in this community to really uplift and encourage me.
I feel like I feel more very comfortable, like going out and talk to people, get out of my comfort zone, and I think that's the biggest thing, getting out of my comfort zone. He's really taught me to do that and be people's friends and love them.
This year, I have learned, and I'm still trying to learn, how to, I guess, be intentional with people and love people, I guess, where they are, whether that's trying to listening for specifically what people need and what their needs are, and trying to, I guess, speak into those areas or trying to help them in whatever way that they need help, whether that's with a ride or with whatever it looks like. I'm trying to be intentional with my friends, I guess, through the intentionality that I've experienced with Focus.
And I think they can miss you within 3 minutes that you're out the door. They can like hope to see you again, and I think it's really sweet of them.
I like how they look really sweet, but they can kill people like real quick.
They spit at you, which is a really fun thing that they do.
I think they're really cute, and also they're like so precious, and I just like seeing them swim around and play with one another.
They're really oddly shaped. They've got a very long neck but really short legs. They've got hooves.
I like that they have long, like, weird tongues, and then that they're really tall and like have really long necks, and I just think it's cool because they can like look down on everything and just kind of be in everybody's business.
They've got like really beady eyes, and like sometimes I think their tongues hang out. Like I think that's a common thing amongst like all of them.
They seem to be just tough and like ruthless and like they'd kill you, but in fact they all probably have a heart of gold that just needs to be cuddled away.
During fall camp, like whenever we went to that one place, I don't really remember like what it was called, but we like did those like line games or whatever, and that was so fun. I remember laughing so hard, and like JB like doing his model walk was just so hilarious. So I think like I have so many, but I think like that's definitely like one of the top ones, is seeing all the people being so silly.
I just love hanging out with people after Focus. That's like one of my favorite things. I just always look forward to Thursday nights, and then just hanging out with everyone afterwards is like the funnest thing for me, just to relax towards the end of the week and just get to hang out with my friends. So, yeah.
I think just really getting one-on-one time with the guys. I don't know, some of the funnest times were like doing FOJ in downtown Dallas or Fort Worth and just getting to experience life together, or going hiking at Cedar Hill and studying the Bible once we got to the top. And those one-on-one relationships that I've been able to form with a couple guys have been so impactful, and I know those friendships are going to last my entire life. And those are just some of my favorite memories, and I won't ever forget those.
I think my favorite memory was definitely winter camp. I remember there was this one song where we sang in different languages, and I have never really been exposed to I guess that language, but also just singing it, and it kind of reminded me how big God's kingdom is, and that everybody is welcomed. because at the end of the day, I think we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different perspectives and different experiences, but the one thing that kind of connects us all is really God and his love for us. And I think that when something is built around something as strong as God's love, it's hard to break.